disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. All right, get ready. Here we go. Run. Here we go. Clap your hands. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Here we go. Are you ready? Hold up your hands now. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Hey, hey, hey. Woo. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Are you ready? 'Cause here we go. Run. Here we go. Clap your hands. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Here we go. Come on. Now hold them up. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Hey, hey, hey. Woo. All right, let's do it all one more time. Are you ready? Here we go. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. All right, all right. Here we go. Run with me. Here we go. Clap your hands. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Here we go. All right, hold up your hands. Hey, go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Let's do it all again. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Hey, hey, hey. Come on. Here we go. Come on with me. Here we go. Do not be afraid. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go!
I am so stoked to be coming to you through the camera this week for another really awesome lesson. But before we begin, of course, we got a really big question. So the big question this week is, what is something you like to do when you hang out with your friends? Now, I want you to take about 30 seconds and talk to the people who are sitting around you, whether it's your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa or your brother or your sister, because I'm sure they want to hear all about it. I think my favorite thing to do with my best friends is probably either go swimming or watch movies. I love watching movies with my best friends. And speaking of best friends, today our story is about Jesus, that dude that we've been talking about the past few weeks, and how he finds some friends and he makes a whole group of them to be his really close friends. And it's pretty neat, guys, so I need you to pay super close attention to the video that's coming, because I got some questions for you afterwards.
Hey, it's me, Megan. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Whoa, can you welcome our friends first, Jessie? Okay, hi. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Okay, what? I am going to be a blue tornado! A blue tornado? Yes, a blue tornado! Can you believe it? Jesse, maybe you could tell us what a blue tornado is. Then maybe we will be as excited as you are. Oh, okay. I got picked to be on the blue tornado T-ball team. Oh, that's awesome, Jesse. Congratulations. Thanks. I could have been a red giant, an orange oriole, or a green thunder, but I really wanted to be a blue tornado, and now I am. I get to wear a blue jersey and a blue baseball cap. That's fantastic. In today's Bible story, some men got picked to be part of something special too. They did? Was it a T-ball team? No, even better. Jesus picked 12 men to be his disciples. Listen to the story. Jesus' ministry had begun. Jesus taught people about God and his kingdom. People started talking about Jesus and the things he was saying. They wanted to know more, so big crowds of people followed Jesus to hear him teach. One day, Jesus was walking along the sea. He saw two brothers, Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew. Peter and Andrew were fishermen. They were throwing nets into the sea to catch fish. Jesus said to them, "Follow me, and I will teach you to fish for people." Peter and Andrew dropped their nets right away and followed Jesus. Later, he saw two more brothers, James and John. James and John were in a boat with their father. The men were fixing their fishing nets. Jesus talked to them, and they got up too. James and John left their father and their boat, and they followed Jesus. Jesus traveled further, and he saw a man named Matthew, also called Levi. Matthew was a tax collector, sitting at an office where people paid taxes. Some people didn't like tax collectors because they often took more money than they were supposed to and kept it for themselves. Jesus said to Matthew, "Follow me." So Matthew got up. He left everything behind and he followed Jesus. Matthew had a big party at his house for Jesus and his friends. Tax collectors and other sinners came. The religious leaders did not think Jesus should be friends with people who did wrong things. They asked Jesus' disciples, "Why does Jesus eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus heard the leaders and said, "People who are healthy do not need a doctor, but sick people do. I did not come to help good people. I came to help sinners turn back to God." Later, Jesus chose 12 of his friends to be his disciples. That meant Jesus was going to give them a special job to do. They would work with Jesus and tell others about him. These are the men Jesus chose: Simon, who was called Peter, Simon's brother Andrew, James and John, Philip and Bartholomew, Matthew and Thomas, James, the son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot. Jesus came to earth to show what God is like and save people from their sins. This is very good news. Jesus told his disciples to tell people about him, and we are Jesus' disciples when we trust in him. Everyone in the world needs to hear about Jesus.
Okay, that was a pretty cool story, right? With Jesus and all of his really awesome friends. Okay, now I got some questions for you. And before we begin, of course, you need to look for your thinking cap. It has to be somewhere. You gotta pick it up, dust it off, and put it on your head super, super tight, because my questions are a little bit hard this week. All right, my first question is, who were the two first guys that Jesus met in our story today? One of them kind of has a weird name. Yeah, it was Simon Peter and Andrew. Simon Peter has two names because his real name, he has a name called Simon, but he has a nickname that's Peter, which is kind of cool, right? All right, my next question is, what did Jesus say to them? He said, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. Isn't that a little weird? Instead of fishers for fish, they're gonna be fishers of men. Basically what that means is they're gonna follow God and help him preach the gospel to other people so that they can know God and Jesus and have a really cool relationship with them. My next question is, who were the other fishermen Jesus saw fixing their nets before Jesus called them? Both their names begin with a J. It was James and John, and they decided to follow him too. Okay, Jesus went on, and then he met this other dude named Matthew. Matthew had a very special job. What was Matthew's job? He was a tax collector. Yeah, so he pretty much collected money from people all around the city. Now, my last question is, what was the special job Jesus gave his disciples? I kind of talked about this a second ago. Basically, what they were going to do with Jesus is they were going to work with him and go all around the place and tell people about Jesus and God. Isn't that really, really cool? I think that's pretty cool. So pretty much Jesus came to earth to show what God is like and save people from their sins. And he collected all of his really close friends that are called the disciples to help him do that so that more people can experience God's really awesome love and have that really awesome friendship with him that we've been talking about before. Okay, now, if you want to tell somebody your answers to the story, or if you have any questions, or if you have any prayer requests, good or bad, I have a really close friend named Jeff Hunt who would love to hear all about it. His email is right there, and with the help of a parent, a friend, a sibling, you can email those straight to him, and he would love to hear all about it. Okay, you all know what time it is. It is time to practice our memory verse. Okay, I'm sure you've all been practicing, but in case you haven't, we're gonna say it all together. Ready? Mark 1:17. And Jesus said to them, "Follow me, and I will make you become fishers of men." Okay, it's kind of like our story today. It's from our story today. Isn't that really awesome? I think it's pretty awesome. And don't worry, if you did not memorize it, that is completely okay. You have a whole another week to practice it, and you can practice it with your siblings, your family members, literally anyone, and I'm sure they would love to hear all about it. Okay, my last thing is, as some of you know, the Children's Ministry Place is gonna be opening up on church on July 12th, and your parents have to sign up to bring you in. Some of the teachers there, or most of the teachers there, are gonna be wearing these things called masks. I'm sure you've been seeing them everywhere, but they might look scary, but I promise they're not. They're just the regular bunch of us, but we have a really cool mask on just so we can protect ourselves and make sure none of us get sick, right? Because being sick is no fun, and we still wanna see you guys every Sunday. Now, isn't that pretty neat? Okay, I love you all, and I miss you all, and hopefully I will see you very soon, and I hope you all have a really awesome week. Goodbye.